in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
See you soon. Hi there, and welcome back to Roll on the Adventure. We're halfway through our second playtest of Conspiracy Board, where Cassandra Dale is bravely attempting to get into an auction. I went for bravely there, but it seemed like a choice adjective. Okay, so let's roll the intro. Roll on the adventure. Cool.
I love how Chris is always last.
Taking Demetrius's job. Okay, so are we ready for our GM vote on what happens when Cassandra arrives at the barge? Anybody?
Speaking to Timmy, the janitor, but I do have a number, yes.
Are we ready, Chris?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, show him.
Go. No.
Oh my gosh, okay.
So, yeah, that's the bonus from not bidding in the last round.
No, that's fair.
I bid 0 in the first round and bid 7 this time for the listeners at home. Okay, so you are heading up down to the grain barge. On your way, there's kind of a load of alleyways leading to it. It's down by the docklands, and you come around the corner into this alleyway, and there's someone storming up the alleyway towards you from the direction of the grain barge.
Did he seem to be focused on me, or...?
Nope, they're just piling down the alleyway. They're wearing like a tan greatcoat. They're wearing a battered-looking, what appears to be a cowboy hat, which is very unusual in this sort of area. It's Americana. That stuff, it tends to be really kind of rare. Yeah, they've got this battered Stetson hat. They've got a briefcase. The briefcase is it's quite a chunky one. It's got a set of handcuffs attached to it. The handcuffs aren't attached to him; they're attached to the hand that's hanging off the other end of them.
Oh!
And he storms out of the alleyway and round the corner.
I'm guessing like towards my direction.
They're heading straight towards you down this alleyway. They don't seem to be focused on you.
I'm going to duck round the corner I presumably had just turned.
Yep. They storm out of the alleyway. They look around like they're not quite sure where they are, and then head off to the left towards the old town.
I'm going to sort of note as much as I can about the person, which presumably, like the description you gave me, was what I noted as I ducked around the corner.
Yeah, reasonably dressed for the weather. Again, tan jacket, sort of brown corduroys, like decent shoes. Again, in a sort of dark brown.
Yeah, she's going to go in the direction that they were coming from. She's not going to follow.
Okay. So, when you get to the barge, the bouncers are out and it's like kind of locked down.
What happened?
Some guys, they were arguing, and then one of them pulled out like a machete or something, just hacked the guy's arm clean off, and just stormed out.
Where's the guy they cut the hand off?
We're trying to get him patched up. Lucky you dropped that morphine off earlier.
I want to go see him.
There's like sort of protesting looks, and then like one of the sort of senior people kind of just nods to them and let her in.
I sort of sweep past them and go over where. Yeah.
Okay, I think the crux of the scene is going to be who this person is.
Yeah.
Who wants to present first? Who is this person who has had that arm lobbed off? Give us a basic overview, and then we can dive into it with the scene.
Okay. I'm going to suggest that it is somebody you know. It is the muscle of the Straw Hat Gang, Samantha Indigo.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say that it's one of the sort of like someone you know as like one of the aristocrats' butlers.
All right.
The guy that they get to do a lot of the dodgy dealings so they can keep their hands clean.
Yep.
And I'm going to suggest it's the Port Authority mole from the first scene.
Oh, nice callback.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go with the Port Authority mole.
Sweet. So, Chris, do you want to describe the chaos inside?
Okay. Yeah, there's the aftermath of a fight. There's all of the insides, everything's thrown around. Bits of furniture, well, chairs are damaged. So all of the stuff on the wall has been knocked off. You recognize the guy. It takes you a moment to remember his name. You think it's Julian or Jules or something along those lines. You mostly had a business arrangement. He's not looking so good, though. Yeah, his arm's been hacked clean through. Blood and all sorts of unpleasantness everywhere. How do you react to the immediate scenes of the fight?
Okay. She immediately goes over to him. Is he conscious?
He's been pumped full of morphine, so he's conscious but not wholly with it.
So he's loopy, essentially.
Yes.
Ah,
Okay.
Cool. Has he lost a lot of blood?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it like everywhere?
Yeah, it's splattered all around the wall. Yeah, dripped everywhere. It's not nice.
Okay. Who's helping him patch his arm?
I was guessing the bartender.
Yeah, he's basically kind of tied it off with whatever cloth he could find, as well as dosing him up with a load of morphine.
Okay. I look to the bartender and basically say, "What happened?"
That guy, he just came in ranting, shouting. Jesus, not like, well, we get crazy in here from time to time, but oh god, could you pass me another cloth? Let me try and tie it on.
She does.
Something about says he's looking for some old cash or something locked up in a puzzle box. Goddamn crazy ramblers. Doesn't seem anyone know what any of gangs he was affiliated with. This could, well, it's always touchy at this time of year, especially with the Port Authority acting up again. The Jules starts mumbling and twitching a bit at the mention of the Port Authority.
I think Cassandra sort of mentions the fact that he had a Stetson hat is very unusual. We might have an American in our midst.
ooh.
Oh, bloody foreigners coming over here, chopping men's arms off.
What was in the briefcase? And she sort of is directing this question to both the bartender and the Port Authority mole.
He kind of giggles slightly. More my life's worth to say. It was something special for the Richies. You know what as he lapses into unconsciousness.
Oh, great.
Ooh.
And I'm guessing you don't know. She looks at the bartender.
More than my business is worth to stick my nose into such things. I stay nice and neutral, take my cut. Unless they mess with my business, I don't mess with theirs.
All right. Well, looks like I've got some investigating to do. And she sort of gets up and lets them deal with the almost dying man on the floor.
Okay, so
Yeah.
is there anything you want to connect up on the player board? I've been doing some stuff behind the scenes on the GM's board a little.
Let's hit refresh.
I think I like the idea of possibly linking up the conglomerate with the mysterious Stetson man. There's something these guys want that's here.
Man in a tan jacket. Sure.
I'm trying to get the cards to copy. Well, the card on the GM board is called "Who is the Hand Choppy Man?"
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Candyman, but just straight to the point.
Yeah, there's no messing around there.
What does the hand choppy man do? Oh.
He's just really good at karate chops.
Yeah.
But I think I want to link those two bits of, like, that is important now. That seems to me to be an important detail now.
Cool.
All right. Is that then a good time to start moving on to the next round of betting?
yeah, what are you gonna go do next?
So she sort of got the. Has she got the information from the bartender that he was willing to give?
I mean, you kind of got a bit of like pretty much all the info he had. The guy came in, what he was talking about, what he was ranting about.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you saw which way the guy went as well.
He did mention it was something for the rich folk.
Mhm.
I think that was
Yeah, I think at this point, she's going to go to where the auction is.
All right.
Because if there's going to be a mystery puzzle box with a bunch of old money in it, the best place to find it will probably be in the auction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, there is a section, a list in the player Trello board for secrets and questions. So if you have key info that we've not written down, but you also kind of want to make sure is in front of you so you remember it, feel free to add in cards there.
or stuff we've completely not realized is a question that you desperately want answered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this juncture, because I want to know stuff about the auction, but I can see it's getting a bit dangerous, I am going to bring Timmy with me. I'm going to find Timmy and bring him with me.
All right.
Yeah, he might be slightly less enthusiastic now, but at least it gets him off cleanup duty, I suppose.
Oh, that's going to be a nightmare.
Blood everywhere.
Blood on carpets never comes out.
Anyway, so are people ready to bid?
All right. Are we ready to start betting?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris? Wait for Chris.
Yep, ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Show him. All right.
All right. Yeah, I want to sing with Timmy the janitor. Hell yeah.
Cool. Oh, wow. That's another quite polarized round.
Mr. Zero over there, yeah.
Well, I was like, after that last scene, I saw the chaos that I brought in. I was like, my work here is done.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna sit here with my points.
All right, cool. So let's get into it, shall we? So we are at the Old Town Library. And this old town is like any other kind of classic old town in the city. It suddenly is more cobbled streets than concrete. A lot of the buildings are registered, and this library, a library that I have no idea whether it exists in in Bristol or not, is towering. It looks like it's multiple floors tall, and possibly has a basement. Not that like the general people who attend would know.
Yeah.
And you go into the kind of like main hall of the place, very well lit by kind of like soft lit sconces, tiled floor and white marble, and there is a pretty wiry old man sweeping up with kind of like a military cap, and he is wearing a white cardigan with a black tie.
Okay.
We're closing. It's pretty late, so I don't know if I can help you.
Timmy, I presume?
Wait, hold on. You know my name?
I know your name. I've heard you have connections to the auction happening.
Oh, hey, so it's kind of bold of you to like come here and then just like say the A word just out loud like that. Like, I'm just gonna, and he comes over with you and like grabs you by the arm and firmly yet gently kind of tugs you over to a door that's like janitor only and pulls you inside. And it's pretty cramped in here, full of tall shelves. Filled with kind of like cleaning supplies, a chair, and a tiny ass desk. There's barely room in here for the both of you.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how much about auctions I can tell you aside from I never get to go to one.
Well, I'm wondering if you, with your set of skills, would happen to know any way to get that people wouldn't necessarily consider.
Well,
You think there's something in there that an agent of mine wants, and there's something there that someone else seems to want who is quite dangerous.
Oh, I mean, I rare books, maybe. I only really know about like some of the books that kind of go off the shelves in the library and then never come back around Christmas, and I have a feeling that's where they go. So maybe it's a rare book or something that they were trying to get. But I can tell you where it is. It's in our book vault. It's in like the basement. It's done that way so it's actually kind of hard to get in. It's kind of built to be a linear way in. I would try, or at least I've tried like multiple years in a row, and they find me every time. I mean, like, I gotta say, I'm not as young as I used to be, so sneaking around is not really something I can do. But
How do you try and get in?
It's a bit of a maze down there. There's like a book archive stuff, and it's kind of a bit hard to navigate. But yeah, there's like a door in that little bit of a book labyrinth down there. It's just a single door that gets allowed. Oh, there's like vents. There's vents and stuff, and I'm not going to get my way into there. Climbing up those bookshelves and stuff is definitely not something that I could do. But it's, I got to say, it's pretty linear. If you want to get in, then you should probably be like on the guest list or as somebody's +1 or, yeah, that kind of thing. They know my face, so I could shave off this mustache, but been growing it for years. Not about to do that for some books.
Here's another question. Have you seen a man with a Stetson hat around here?
Huh. Like a cowboy hat?
Yeah.
They were here. I bumped into a guy like that during the day. This like this morning. I was cleaning. They kind of like pushed in, knocked me over, like straight up. Like people tell you that Americans are rude, but man, they weren't kidding. And they kind of stormed around a bit, demanded if they could go and see the humanities section, and they were causing a bit of a scene. I think they managed to. Well, they ran out again with some books, so I guess they didn't check them out. But I guess they got what they wanted, and I got a bruised hip.
Oh, poor Timmy.
Okay. Well, if anyone like that should come around again, keep an eye out for them. I've been told by the Port Authority they are a bit dangerous.
Oh well, you know what? Like, yeah, there's definitely some people I can tell about that they'll probably she'll be interested to know that, I guess.
In fact, you'll be happy to know I've been sent by the Port Authority to make sure the auction is safe.
Okay. I mean, like, if you're trying to get in, can I place a request?
Hello?
Hi. Can I place a request?
Yes.
Sure. Some other people have kind of been like stressing me about seeing if I can get some stuff in there, and like they maybe asked too much of me. But there is a book there that I'd really like. So if you could get that, or if you could just find some way to interrupt the auction so then I could get in and just take it, that'd be cool. I'd do an old man some good.
What book would it be?
This is very convincingly an old man voice.
What book would it be?
It's a little hard to pronounce. I think I had like I only really got a bit of a look at it previously. It had like a necro in the title, like weirdly bound book.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Cool. Thank you.
So is the crux what happens when you go downstairs to the book vault?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's so if you want to kind of like there's security down there, but I can kind of show you the way if you follow. And then he kind of gestures towards outside to take you to where the basement area of the library is. And shall we break there for the suggestions? That seems like a better place.
Yeah, I think the crux of the scene is how does she get to the vault?
I don't know about how. I think it's pretty given that you get there. It's just
what happens
when you're on the
route.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah. So, what happens, folks?
Cool. So my suggestion is that you run into the person whose briefcase just got nicked. and they're talking about it because obviously you're sneaking around. They don't know you're there. You get some dirty.
As in the person whose hand was removed.
Possibly. I don't want to give too much away without it being the thing.
Fair enough. I just kind of was confused about the person involved, but that's fair.
Someone hasn't got the briefcase they expect.
Oh.
Ah.
And so there's going to be a load of plot to do with that. Yeah, that's going to be a big thing, and it's going to introduce a load of plot.
Mm-hmm. My suggestion is you get to kick some ass and cement a way for you to get in during the auction.
And my suggestion would be that you notice a couple of undercover Port Authority agents loitering around and suspect something may be about to go down.
I like the idea that she gets to kick some ass.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. So he leads you down to the like basement area of there's like one of those cool like old school American hotel style elevators with the crisscross grill that pulls open to the kind of industrial elevator that goes down, that kind of setup. And it goes down a little deeper than you'd expect for basement floor 1. But you finally get out, and Timmy's not kidding. It definitely looks like a labyrinth of books down here. And there's like a bit of a dramatic sneaking montage as you kind of sneak around the different corners and hear like footsteps of somebody patrolling. And eventually you get to where there's a big locked door made of cast iron. And Timmy's like, here's the book vault. This is usually where I get caught. I don't see anybody around. And then there is a firm hand that clamps on both of your shoulders, and you whirl round and see a very imposing, let's say lady. That's cool. This very tall, imposing lady. She's got her hair back in a very tight ponytail. She looks like she's wearing a like equestrian sports jacket, that kind of like deep red and
Hunting
kind of like
jacket.
and to the knee boots in kind of black leather. And she says, I don't think you should be here. Timmy, I keep telling you. Well, I think this is the last time I'm going to tell you. And she cracks her knuckles. What do you do?
I basically pat over the part of my overcoat which does have a gun in it.
Oh snap. Straight to the firearms. Heck yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's with me.
You skip the knife fight bit entirely.
Yeah, you did. Right, yeah. She like, oh, I see. You brought hired muscle. Well, I have seen both of your faces now, so I'm just going to back up, and then you're never going to be seen in this town again, either of you. And
I quick draw and shoot the book by her head.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to be going anywhere.
There is an explosion of papers, and this guard is very distracted. And then when the fluttering of papers clear, you see that Timmy is like right up against this guard. He has been carrying a broom with him the entire time, and at this time the broom has kind of been opened in two, and inside the core of this broom is a really, really like long metal spike, which he now has.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Which he now has the guard at point, and is like, you aren't going anywhere. What do you want to do to resolve the rest of the scene? You now have narrative control over Timmy.
Okay. I think I'm going to tell Timmy to sort of essentially remain there to make sure she doesn't move.
Mm-hmm.
I presume she's not struggling. She knows she can't get anywhere without getting hurt.
Yeah. She's cursing the entire time.
I'm just going to go up to her and say, this is more than you're worth. Stay out of it, and we won't bring anything up. Have we
That
got a
would be-
deal?
That would be humiliating. I assume you want to get inside.
Yes.
Well, the code to the door is, and she reels off about like 6 numbers in a row, and you look over to the door, and there is like a twisty combination lock.
Okay. She remembers the numbers.
With your superior private investigator / spy brain, remembering the numbers is not a problem for you.
Yeah, she remembers the numbers and then says, "Thank you," and then pistol whips her.
Yeah, and she hits
That's
the
cool.
deck.
Classic noir.
What do you want to do next?
That sounds like the end of a scene.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yes.
Is what you intend to do next
Yeah.
before we get into a.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think just as a quick thing, she tells Timmy to like take her around a corner so she's not immediately spotted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He like figuratively and literally sweeps her out of the way.
Yep. Meanwhile, while he's doing that, she's going to open the combination lock.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess this is the
Yeah, so she enters the vault.
bit where we suggest what happens next. Yeah.
Okay. So, I think it's time for probably the last round of bidding, depending on how fast this goes.
Yeah. I guess there's then after this probably going to be a time skip to the auction scene itself.
And then whatever shit goes down.
I don't know. I thought this was going to be the next scene's probably the auction scene.
The final bit. Oh no, that's cool. I get it. I get what you mean. Cool. I'm into it.
Yeah. Cool. So what's going on at the auction? Let's find out what are people going to bid?
Oh,
Has everyone been keeping track of what they've been spending?
I have been keeping track of what I've been spending. Let me just do
Good.
some math because math is hard. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, folks, everyone ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Show him.
Rip.
Jesus.
But you
All right,
The tactics.
I used all the rest of my points.
So did I.
I knew I was getting it because Chris doesn't have as many points as me.
Yes.
I was like,
Oh,
sod
wow.
it, everything.
Okay.
All or nothing.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, Purple, what's happening?
So you enter the vault. There's the auctioneer up on stage. They're trying to calm what is starting to descend into a rabble.
Ooh, the auction's already on. Nice.
Yeah. It appears that a lot of people were here for lot 18,
Okay.
and lot 18 isn't here.
Oh,
Oh.
Mm,
okay.
And there's like you can see there's like a catalog on one of the chairs as you wander in.
I flip through the catalogue and go to entry 18.
Entry 18 is a puzzle briefcase, like with a secret sort of lock on it. No, it's content. It's listed as its contents unknown. It's American made. It is like a lot of pictures of the sort of hallmarks on it and stuff like that. A bit of its provenance, rich leather made in California, that kind of thing.
Cassandra face palms. Of course.
Yeah, it could be that briefcase, yeah. And there's a lot of people, like shouting, at the auctioneer and the auction staff, where is it? There's a bit of a fuss going on.
Okay.
They don't appear to know what's happened to it.
Am I
What do you
noticing?
do?
Am I noticing anything strange apart from the shouting?
Not really. There are a lot of people here that you recognize, though, like movers and shakers in the criminal underworld, and a few of them seem to be bidding on this puzzle box.
Okay.
They're calling it. It's like a puzzle briefcase.
I'm pretty sure she knows basically what's happened. The armed guard.
What do you intend to do to resolve the situation?
To resolve the shouting. I think she's going to sort of make her way round the back of the. I imagine there's like a plinth and a little bit of a stage where they set up the auction. She's going to flag down one of the staff members.
Oh, so you're. I'll take on the role of this auctioneer that you're talking to.
Yeah, she's talking to the auctioneer. Because yeah.
So could you repeat your question for me one last time? I apologize.
Yep, no, that's fine. Basically, she wants to flag down a staff member, and tell them like the man with the Stetson hat has taken it.
Okay.
Oh well, you're back. You can take it.
Right. So yeah, you are you going to be nice and dramatic?
I think she's going. Yeah, screw it. She's going to be nice and dramatic.
Yeah. So you kind of walk into the middle of the auction floor. There's a load of people looking. Do you still have your gun out?
No. She has put her gun away.
Okay, but yeah, the auction staff are kind of looking around to see where the guard's gone. The auctioneer kind of just looks at you. You fix them with a gaze. What do you say?
The man with the Stetson hat has it. It's been stolen.
Stolen?
Yes.
Okay, everybody. We'll take the bidding. And half the prize goes to the person who gets it back. Half of it goes to the charity. There's a lot of quite furious bidding. So a lot of people think they're going to get a lot of this back.
I think she's quite shocked that people just didn't notice. Like, oh, it's stolen. Oh, we don't care. It's like, oh.
We have men who can get it back. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think when this happens, she's going to take advantage of the blitz of attention and go around the back to get the Necronomicon.
Yeah. In the chaos, you pocket this weirdly bound leather book.
Yep. She's also going to grab the music sheets that she was sent here for.
The box of records, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You grab the box of records, and you. I'm guessing you head out.
Yep.
To go find the guy.
She's going to go head out, and possibly get a little bit extra.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I think we're gonna have like the little montage scene of you handing the book to Timmy, who cackles with possibly insane glee.
Thank you.
She is a bit worried by that.
And you use your detective skills to corner the man in the Stetson hat. You work your contacts, and you get to him before anyone else manages it. And I think that's the crux of the scene. What do you find there? So, what do people want to do?
Yep.
Right, to resolve what the... Okay, so my suggestion is that you get the backup from the Straw Hat Gang, since you've helped out one of their crew. You've helped out multiple people in their crew, as you might have realized, and so they give you their full backup to retrieve the briefcase.
Awesome, Chris.
As you find out where he is, it seems to be in the middle of a ongoing hostage scene where he's captured or taken somebody else hostage, and the authorities are trying to resolve it / not just kick the door in and kill him.
Okay, and my one is you track him down. You can bring whoever you want, but he's halfway through a half crate of Jolt Cola.
Nice one.
I like the idea that he's like halfway through Jolt Cola.
Okay, yeah. So, Nathan, are you cool if I take your straw hat thing? So it's the whole lot that turn up.
Sure, because when it's the last narration, usually all the gems get involved in voice work and bits and pieces like that.
Yeah.
So yes.
Well, it's not the epilogue yet. The epilogue is like once she gets the case back.
That's true.
So that's the actual epilogue there.
If you want any voice work from the Strollboater Gang, I am available to assist.
I think so. Chris, do you want to play? Do you want to just do like the sort of scene description stuff, like what's happening around them, all the sort of weird effects that are happening?
Oh God. Okay, this should be fun.
Okay. So yeah, you head to an abandoned building up in town. It's like an old housing complex.
Yep.
That was closed for renovations, and the renovations have never happened, and the floors are kind of creaking. Chris, do me some Foley.
As everything, yeah. There's a load of weird stuff going on. You can see like strange gleaming lights all around in the building.
Oh, here we go.
All of the trees here look a bit weird, and they've got odd cancerous growths on them.
Ooh.
So yeah, you head down. The door is kind of ajar. You kind of push it open. It creaks very slightly. You take a moment. You can't hear anyone sort of reacting to it, but you can hear some mumbling from what appears to be directly below you.
Okay.
Yeah, you and this. Are you gonna make it obvious that you guys are here? You and the Straw Hat Gang.
I think what she's going to do is if she has the full support of the gang, she's going to place them like around the building as essentially backup. But she's going to go in there on her own and stealth it.
Yeah.
The leader of the gang, Dorothy Wisteria, who you beat at poker at the start of the episode.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't like being told what to do by the likes of you, but we owe you. So, boys, let's do it.
So yeah, the Straw Hat Gang have the building surrounded. You head in. You can almost feel like static electricity.
Okay.
As you're walking inside, you hear a couple of squeaks as some rats run out. If you look at them more closely, you realise it's actually 3 different rats, but they're all kind of conjoined at the tail, but somehow still managing to coordinate and move as one.
Dear God.
Ooh. Yeah. You head down into this basement, and you kind of peek through the doorway. On one side, there is the like 3 people with Stetson hats.
Okay.
They are talking to someone that you recognize as one of the mafia.
All right.
Like someone quite high up, and sorry, not the mafia. Someone quite high up in the Port Authority.
Okay.
Not someone that you'd consider to be involved in crime.
Okay.
Like someone really senior, like the president of the Port Authority.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And he's there with his 2 official guards, and they're handing over the briefcase.
Okay.
So, you got what you want. We get what we want. Fair enough. The shipment's not going to be inspected. I'll let you sell here. You're proving yourselves. Don't mess it up, all right? At which point, the floor creaks as you step back in a slight shock.
Crap.
They all turn like, I told you to come alone. Hey, this has nothing to do with me.
I think that briefcase belongs to me.
Are you stepping into the room?
I mean, she's already. Oh, they haven't seen her, I'm guessing.
I thought you were just outside the door peeking through.
Okay, then yeah, she's not gonna say anything. I thought they had seen her.
Oh, they're looking your way. They've heard you.
Yeah, she's gonna see where this goes.
Who's there?
BPA, Captain. I think we're surrounded.
What? Who are you? The guys, the guys in the Stetsons are getting up. One of them tosses like an empty bottle to the side. Look, we can't be doing with people that don't keep promises. They tend to go missing. And at which point the 2 Port Authority guards pull guns, and the people you think they're people next to the guy you saw earlier leap for the 2 guards, and just they seem to be they're wearing hats, so you can't quite see what's happening, but they appear to be biting them in the faces. They're screaming.
My God.
And blood. They've just leapt a clear couple of meters just from a standing jump across the room.
Yeah, she takes her gun
Yes,
and
there's a lot
fires,
of-
and I imagine she set up like a signaling thing. So if you hear gunfire, come help.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she starts firing at the people, biting the people in the face.
Okay.
I guess then, yeah, there's a call from outside being, light them up, boys! And the whatever random boarded windows surrounding this abandoned building suddenly get peppered with holes as it cuts to outside, and all of the straw boater gang carry now Tommy guns. Where were they carrying them? As they are now firing wildly through the windows.
Yeah, she's going to like try and duck under cover, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. So there's this hail of gunfire. You dive for cover. The Port Authority president seems to have been pretty badly hit, as does pretty much everyone else. You are the only one who got away stock free as you dove for cover. You've landed some good shots on the henchman. The guy in the tan jacket is kind of up on his feet. As the smoke clears, you can see that he's bleeding, and the blood on his tan jacket is this deep purple ichor.
What are you?
He kind of reaches his hand out, and you're propelled backwards, like up the staircase, out through the front door.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And yeah, the next like little bit of scene is you're getting up, and he's kind of coming up the stairs.
She fires the gun at him.
Okay. And I think now this is the bit where we do like the sort of final epilogue bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to end that scene with you firing wildly, and then we're not going to show the results directly. We show what happens like a little bit after.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are people's suggestions?
My suggestion is that you are at the Straw Boater Gang Christmas party, you having retrieved the bits and pieces that they politely requested to give to their leader. Also, you brought wine. It's purple.
I think that it's going to be you're in hospital, and you're approached by an MI5 agent.
Okay.
And my suggestion is sometime later you're back in your office when there's another knock on the door, and silhouetted in behind the smoke glass there's the shape of someone wearing a Stetson hat.
Oh, I love Chris's idea.
Okay, Chris, take it away for the epilogue. Feel free to get us involved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so sometime later you managed to resolve the case, got paid, everything went quite well. Yeah, you hear the knocking on the door, and behind it you can see the shape of, well, the silhouette of someone wearing a Stetson hat.
Just out of interest, for completeness' sake, is her arm in a sling?
Yes, as well as bashes and bruises and
Yeah.
various other healing injuries.
She reaches for her gun, like a bit shakily, under the table and says, "Yes?"
Got a Jolt Cola delivery. Need someone to sign for it.
She takes the gun and, essentially like covers it with a part of her clothing, so it's not immediately visible, but if she needed to quick draw it, she could. And she's going to creep over to the door, and she opens it.
Okay. This would seem a useful time for some of her straw hat allies to possibly intervene.
Okay, gosh. So as Cassandra makes her way to the door and is about to open it, a soft hand lands on her shoulder, and it is the leader of the Straw Hat Gang. It's like, no, it's cool. You've got backup. We'll open it together on 3 and knock their block off and take whatever they're carrying.
She nods and like draws the gun so it's like pointing at through the frosted glass. Okay.
Yeah. The leader is carrying knuckle dusters with gems in the.
Classy but brutal.
They all have entirely inappropriate weapons. It's fine. And yeah, on 3, they like open the door and like pose like they're ready to kick some ass, I guess.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Cool. Is that going to be where we leave it?
I like the sequel bait. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only thing would be the camera panning away as the sound of violence starts.
And like shadows on the window.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Pans
They
up
do
to
a
like
sick combo, but it's just all. Oh man, the entire like credit scene is just this fight in silhouette as the like names the actors and everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so that's the credits. Now, one little post-credit scene, Chris. Tiny little thing.
Because it cuts away to somewhere that's to an office filled with huge reams of Americana, like complete stereotypical Texan stuff, big flags everywhere, wow. American, like a stuffed American or animatronic American eagle.
Beautiful.
It's a big office chair, so all you can see is the top of a Stetson hat with somebody obviously sat in it talking. Okay. Don't know who that agent is, but they must be good. We're going to have to send more after them. Yes, we've got our best men on it. Don't worry, we'll get them this time. So there's a loud clang as they hang up the phone.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well done. That was great fun.
Yeah, that
great.
owned.
I made an enemy out of the entire USA. Great.
It's more like I think it's more like the American obsessed people in the Jolt Cola Corporation.
True. But yeah, I think that went very well.
Yeah, that was fun.
I could
Very weird.
Yeah.
I think you'll find that any game that I am ever involved in will always end up weird. Yeah. Sorry about it.
Fair enough. There's no need to be sorry. Anyway, we've been rolling the adventure, and hope you've enjoyed this episode. See you for the next one. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.